What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The hobby room is an absolute mess right now. We have got builds going on left and right. My ADD is going crazy right now, so I had to show you what we've got going on. We're building a 1/5 scale sand rail. It's going to be crazy, unlike any sand rail you've seen coming out, including the new Traxxas. We're building a 9-foot SCX6 trailer for our dually up there that's going to be able to haul RCs like the DBXL and other big RCs that haven't been seen on trailers, and you don't really see them at the events or anything because really they don't make trailers big enough. So we're working on that right now. We've got our 1/6 scale SCX6 wrecker that we're working on. This thing's going to be 3 feet long. It's going to be crazy, guys. As you can see, we've worked on our chassis. We've got some measurements already started there, some kind of measuring, centering and everything. Guys, if you're looking to find a channel to learn how to build RCs, I'm not talking about just bolt stuff together. I'm talking about building RCs. You guys have found the right channel. We're also gathering parts for our TI Pro chassis that we're building up later this year. Things are just crazy right now, guys. But one of the coolest things that I have built in a long time, I'm anxious to show you guys. We have a working chassis, and let's just take a look at this, guys. This is the latest of my creations, and I'm really excited about this. As you know, we are on a ranch here. I own a cattle ranch, and this is right up my alley. I've been to tractor pulls and been around tractors since I was a kid in the early 80's, and this is just something that I've wanted to build for a long time. We're not talking about the pulling tractors that I've been building in the past. We're talking about a real farm tractor, something that you would see plowing a field, something you'd see your grandfather drive, maybe even your dad. I mean, these are going to be antique 80s and 90s tractors. It's hard to say that they're antiques. It's like they're trying to call me old or something, but everyone wants to call them antique tractors, so I guess that's what they are. So what we've got going on here is really a lot of compactness going on here. It's this really kind of fell into my lap. I decided I wanted to change the wheels and tires on my Summit. You guys have seen that in the past. And I just put these duals together, having just built the SCX6 dually. I thought to myself, wow, this thing's going to look so cool. I put these together, and then I had some of these RC four-wheel drive implement tires, and I just put them together like this, and I started seeing it come alive. And so naturally, I've got a lot of parts for RCs, so I just started parting it together. And naturally, like a lot of my builds, it's the best of both worlds. We have Arma in here. We've got Traxxas in here. Let's just kind of take a look around and see what we've got. Well, let's look at this in here in the back first. We've got our 3-point, and this is a working ripper right here, and it's operated through a servo, so you can actually extend this up and down, as we'll show you guys here in a second. And this is really a cool attack. You just unbolt 2 bolts here, one here and one here, and you can attach another implement like a box or a blade or a spraying device, so anything you'd like. And then, as you can see down in there, we've got our implement hitch that all you have to do is, like our lawnmower, our bush hog that we've got sitting right down there. That thing is incredible, and that is one of the big devices that we're going to have pulling this. Can you imagine this thing pulling a 2-foot lawnmower bush hog? It's going to be crazy. You just remove this bolt, and then you've got your hole for your pulling. So we've got an Arma rear end back here. This is the 6S differential, my favorite to work with by far. As you can see, I had to shorten up the drive shafts in there. We had to cut these and re-weld them as we did the center drive shaft right there. We've got a Traxxas transmission, and I really I really like working with this transmission. This has been modified slightly in the dog, the way it's able to shift gears and the differential as well as the output shafts. So there are some differentials with this. This is not the stock Traxxas transmission. We've had to cut it here on the sides because there's not a lot of space we're working with. As you can see right there on each side, all this stuff is crammed into an area that's under 3 inches wide. So we've got it attached right here at the chassis, which is a really good fastening point. We used a plastic chassis instead of a metal chassis. There's always a rhyme and a reason. We needed just a little bit of give in that plastic area right there because we have such a long power plant. We've got 2 planetary transmissions here, and then we've got our Spectrum power system, which is my favorite to work with. Really, really love that power system. Smooth as silk, really reliable. And there's not many good brushless crawler systems out there, and I really like working with this. This actually goes through all of these gears and comes out with an 8-to-1 transmission ratio, which you guys are going to see here in a minute is an absolute crazy granny low. I've never seen anything like it in the RC world, and if you guys have, you'll have to let me know. I think it's going to be a first. But you also have that second gear right here, so you've got a little bit faster gear. It's not much faster, but it is a little bit faster. Definitely a walking pace. Still torquey as all get out. This whole system provides so much torque. You can't stop these tires on carpet. They will turn at the slowest speed, and they'll just keep turning as you hold it back like that. Very crazy amount of torque here. So we've got the Traxxas battery box up here because naturally it goes onto the Traxxas transmission. So it felt like a natural part to put here because of the narrowness that we're dealing with here. And it just works perfectly sitting right there on top of the drivetrain. We've got our steering servo set up out here, and we've got our weight box, receiver box. So we'll have that's a scale weight box, but it's also that's where all of our electronics are going to be kept that are up here. So that's really the gist of it. This is really going to be a cool build. We've got some scale stuff. We've got our driver right here that's going to be driving the tractor. We're going to have to paint him up and get him ready to go. Really, really cool stuff. All right, guys, let's fire this thing up and see what it does here. I'm just as anxious as you guys are. I've been driving this around the house. We've been kind of getting some cold weather here in the south. The winter is definitely letting us know that it's going to stick around. So one of the cool things about this tractor is you can shift the gears on the fly. So you can actually keep an idle on the tractor, which makes it sound like it's just running. So we're going to fire it up right quick. Here we go. Turn it on. All right. We've got ignition. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take our trim and we'll just start it up. So now you've got your running tractor right here, and it even I was going to put a sound box on this, but it sounds like a tractor running. And you've got the motor and the transmissions just winding there, but you've got nothing coming out of the rear end. So you can see that the transmission is spinning on one side, but it's not spinning on the other. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift it into first gear. All right, so we've got first gear right there. Actually, did we shift in a second? We might be in a second here. No, that was first. That was definitely first. All right. All right. This is full speed, guys. Here, we'll fix the trim level here. All right, this is full speed. All right. I'm getting too close to the antenna. It doesn't like it. All right, here we go. That's full speed in first gear, guys. Super amount of torque. All right, we'll shift to second. That's full speed in second gear. So that's your road gear. So one of the other cool things that we did with this is, just like a real tractor, the front ends go side to side on a single pivot point. So as you can see, we've got our tractor going side by side right there, and there is a bump stop right there. So as you can see, it doesn't go all the way up. Actually, I don't think you guys can see. Let's take a look here. See, it doesn't go all the way up on either side, doesn't affect the steering mechanisms or anything. So it'll go back and forth a little bit, but it can extend the wheels turning both ways, either with the suspension all the way down or suspension all the way up. So that's a really cool feature here. Guys, I'm really excited where this is going. This is something that's really, really cool, and you guys have got to see this. This is one of the things I'm super excited about. And you guys have seen me do this with wheelie bars and stuff in the past, but check this out, guys. All right, so we've got our ripper back here, and this is connected up to a servo. Check this out, guys. You have full operation of your ripper. You can extend it all the way down, and notice how the servo is extended straight with these bars. That is going to create a locking mechanism, so it's going to reduce the load on this servo as it's pulling against this hook. Now, this ripper is only going down about a ½ inch, but it's just enough to clear the soil. And I mean, you're not going to be able to get super deep with anything this lightweight, but I really think that is super cool to be able to do off your controller. I can't wait to play with this thing. This is awesome, guys. I'm just, I often wonder which ones are my favorites that I'm building, and it's always the one that I'm working on at the time that I'm building it. And but this one, guys, this one is going to be something special. We're going to have all sorts of different implements that we're going to build for it. This is going to be an international 5388. It's going to be in 1984, the year right before Case took over International or merged. And I think that this is going to be a really sweet tractor. It's going to be red and black, really pretty tractor. It's going to go really great with the bush hog right down here, and all the other implements that we've been building for it. So guys, I'm really super excited. If you like building RCs and like to see new creative designs that you don't see in production, you guys have found the right channel. All right, guys, until the next one, we will see you Radioheads later.